Well, I just went on and went live real quick, y'all. We have a wonderful and tremendous guest here today. Y'all need to like and share because guess what? This is going to be fun. This is going to be amazing. And I expect some level of transformation. We got here with this brother Don Jackson, and it is going to be amazing. And what I want y'all to do 100% is I want you, of course, to like, but make sure you share it. I know y'all don't like to people don't be jumping on here until about 9:30. That's when y'all roll in here deep. But anyways, we're going to get this game started right after this. What's up, y'all? I see y'all tapping in. We got 8 people.
Softly singing to you and me, pure love floating on the breeze, a gentle song to set us free.
Something different.
Imagine if we loved one another, smiling like the sun in the summer. Nothing else would matter, you'll see. Love would be our melody. It's hard to find the perfect word.
You know, I have to have some music that's something that was written, and it's just another version of something we have. I'm here to let you know also, in case you don't know, that the album that I released June 19th. Here we go. That is going to be releasing to all streaming platforms. It's going to be on TikTok, Instagram, Apple. You got to be careful listening to this.
Forgetting that love starts from within. Love starts here, let it grow.
It's all about the lyrics in this. Open your heart, let it show.
Breathe in
Deep, take it slow. Oh,
what you seek, you
already know. Let it go, let it flow. Yes. This is Believe in Miracles. That's one of the Miss Gwen's favorite songs. Learn to Be. Every single song has a message.
I was raised.
Keep On Keeping On, which has Bishop Carlton Pearson's voice in there. This song is dedicated to him. Listen to that.
There comes a day.
There comes a
time.
You feel the way.
You see the sign.
We're gonna let that get to the chorus on you.
Afraid you've cried. You stood so long. But something in your soul.
Listen at this. Keep holding on.
They don't know what you've been through. Still you rise, still you choose. After you've done all
What you gonna do?
Just hold on. Just hold on. Hold on.
Just stay strong.
When the night feels too long.
Night feels too long? Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on.
Keep on. If you told me the plan.
Yes. That is going to be available. It is available right now. But that is going to be available to everyone. It is a beautiful, beautiful. This whole thing is just, I can listen to it. And when you put it in speakers, it is just amazing. Anyways, Coach Deidre, you ready?
I am. Hi, everybody. Good to see everybody. People are coming on in the room, so let's give some shout outs. Sister Tia, good to see you, dear. LaSonia, good to see you. Oh, LaSonia's wishing you a happy early birthday, Coach, and giving a salute to our speaker this evening, to Don. Hi, Brenda, good to see you. Oops, hi, Lynn. Hi, Lindy, good to see you. Pastor Rob, great to see you. Mother Gwen, great to see you, of course. Brother Chris, good to see you too. And Mother White, good to see you. Let's see. I think there's some others that haven't necessarily. Oh, there we go. We got some more people. I thought I saw some other people picking the room. There's Rose. Hey, Rose, good to see you, dear. Auntie Jacqueline, it's good to see you, ma'am. Welcome. Oshara, good to see you too, dear. I'm glad we're all together this evening. You guys are in for a treat with Brother Don. So I'll turn it back over to you, Coach.
All right.
Actually, my baby cousin just showed up in the room. Hey, Deke. That's my baby cousin, y'all.
What? Look at that picture.
Hey, baby cuz. Hey,
Ooh.
Sweetie. Oh.
Being a model all up in that picture.
Yeah. And Creasy just joined too. Good to see you guys.
Cool. Man, it is. Thank you, D, for all that you do, holding it together. You know, bringing all the African spirituality to the table. Little magic fingers on you. We love it. I love it. Anyway, hey, wait.
We choose our fate, blindly accepting love's fate. But you have a chance to go with it. And I know that God is a part of all of us, my friend.
Woo!
Oh, it's in you, it's in me. Love is
Love is the answer, no matter what they say.
God is around,
No matter the thing, division no more.
God is within,
Always the same. So go within, my friend, be still.
God is within, always love is the answer.
No matter what they say.
God is with us, guiding the way. The way.
Man, I'm gonna have to do a course for y'all on how to write music and put it in AI, just because of the fact that it's healing when you get to actually feel and hear your heart, right? That is Mother White. That is all AI. Of course, I've been through a lot to shape it and deliver that. I do have some music that is out that is being worked on by some individuals There's some things in store. I mean, I even have some choir kind of stuff that's out there that's still in this affirmation music style. And it's really designed for us who have deconstructed or on that journey, and we still are connected to our journey, right? What we've been through. And the thing is sometimes a lot of that music that we've had in the past can really not necessarily express to me like how we feel and have it more of an affirmation music style that is like God is within, no matter the faith, no more division, right? No more pain. These are the lyrics we can identify with and sing, because you got to be metaphysically, you got to be careful with certain lyrics and words you say, because as you say it, all of a sudden you bringing in and taking things that can actually be holding you back. We're going to get into this evening because Brother Don Jackson also grew up in the Pentecostal Church in music, still doing music. And so we're going to, but he's very versed and understands levels of consciousness, metaphysics, and how this applies to your life. Although I say all that, this is kind of on the hush hush. There's someone that is possibly going to record this in an album, but you get to get a sneak peek. I think this is the right one. Maybe it's not. Let's see. Here, let's try this one. Listen to this. Just a little bit. I'll give you a little bit. This is more of a choir form. Just let this minister to your soul, as they used to say.
You are not alone. You're never wrong. Don't let your faith run low. Hope is on the way. Step into the secret place. The holy secret place. Thank you for your grace. In the secret place. Thank you for your grace. Oh, I thank you. That covers me each day. Your mercy never fails.
Let this work with you right now. Because you, listen, I know we going through some things in our lives, but there's this thing that we call grace. Bishop used to talk about this.
You turn my night to day. What would I do without you? Guiding me all the way through. Teaching me how to love.
You may not.
Lifting my eyes above.
I'm feeling this for myself.
When I forget my place, you remind me of your presence. Thank you for your grace. In the secret place. Thank you for your grace. Oh,
Hmm.
Your mercy never fails.
Come on.
Your love will never change. You turn my night to day.
We're gonna bring him up.
Yes.
Just rest in this.
Thank you for your grace. You heal me in this place. It's your grace. It's your grace. That covers me each day. Covers me, Lord. Your mercy never fades. Never fades away. Your love will never change. Unchanging God. You turn my night to day. Oh, you turn it around. You wipe my tears away. Oh, wipe them away.
What was that message you just had, D?
Thank you.
What was that message? Let me see that message.
Which one?
The one that you just posted.
Oh, the one I just posted?
Woo!
Which one? About lifting spirit? Come and join us? Let's see.
Oh, I thought it was that's the kind of music is what I just thought I seen.
Oh, that's Auntie Jacqueline.
Need to feel the presence. Okay.
That's Auntie Jacqueline, yeah. Facts.
That is a song called Thank You for Your Grace. This is, what is that? I know they say the multitasking is not real, but playing this episode and listening to it right now while proofing a grad paper is giving me like, hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, this guy we about to bring on stage and what you about to witness and hear, yeah, you're gonna witness some presence. We're gonna witness some presence. And for me, one of the things that just really gets me grooving and get me going for the most part, and the reason why I make it is music. Yeah. It's music. And you get to hear and you get to feel and you get to connect. And you know what I try to do with this community is also allow us to grow, allow us to be in a space and understanding that you get to grow. You get to actually not just deconstruct, but you're also just you're more than just deconstructing. You're really reorganizing, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh, man, y'all got me excited. We're going to bring up brother Don Jackson, but I'm about to give you a sneak peek. I'm about to give you another sneak peek. This is not Bishop's daughter, but this is something that I'm working on and a few other tunes that I'm working on with Bishop's daughter. And the thing is like in the private community, we went on and I like to test things and just put it out there in the private community. But this is the best of me. This is something that I know Bishop's daughter. I know her voice. I know her sound. I even can understand the lyrics that she needs to sing. Sometimes we sing lyrics because they're lyrics and people write stuff for us. But these lyrics are made for her. And I'm going to bring Brother Don Jackson to the stage in the midst of this, but just listen to this. This is kind of made for her, bringing back a little bit of 2000, right? That 1990, 2000 era feel. Ooh. This is really good to bring Don on. Listen.
Life's a journey, I'm still learning the way. Some days I smile, some days I fade. I'm tired of the roles, tired of the game. No more pretending, just hear what I'm saying. Set her free. It ain't all about me, but I won't hate what I see. No more.
Woo. Come on.
Learning how to breathe, how to believe, how to find the light and let it lead. I'm learning to be the best of me, oh, best of me. Yeah.
What?
Learning to see the God in me. Yeah. I won't take for granted this healing. I'm speaking truth. I'm done with the chase. When it feels like it's breaking, I still believe. I'm learning to be the best of me.
Yeah.
That's something that still can minister to your soul. You know what I mean? We doing this where it said, I'm learning to be the best of me. Right? Keep grooving. I'm choosing me. You don't choose you. What? Listen to this bridge.
It's not weakness to need rest.
Not weakness to need rest.
Not shame to feel the test, but I know
Who
who's
wants
with
with
me.
me?
And I know who I'm called to be. Yes, I do. I know.
What?
I'm learning to be the best of me.
Learn to be the best of you. Learn to see the God in you. Don't take it for granted.
Don't take for granted this healing. I feel I'm speaking truth.
I'm done with the chains.
When it feels like it's breaking,
I still believe.
learning to be
The best of me.
I'm rising, I'm healing, I'm free now. I'm rising,
I'm sorry. Woo! It's learning. Still growing.
the best of me.
If y'all out there right now, I want y'all to give a warm welcome and applause for Brother Don Jackson, who is with us this evening. Brother Don, I thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. And here we are once again.
You cut that off, but I'm still grooving. Oh yeah. The Best of Me by Malachi. All this and much, much more coming up next on the all new.
Right? Yes, sir. Yes,
On a
sir.
station near you.
How
How you doing, man?
I'm doing wonderful, I appreciate you for being able to do this. And Miss Deidre, you got behind the scenes. She's got the questions and everything else. If y'all got questions, y'all can still mess Miss D. Thank you, D. Love you. I am wonderful, bro. To get right to this, straight to it, we're going to not take forever, but we're going to just give a brief, because we know everybody's deconstructed in this community, or deconstructing, basically questioning, as Bishop would say. What do you believe? Why do you believe it? And how do those beliefs add to or subtract to the value of your life? You have the Prodigal podcast, but also you have the book called The Prodigal, which was your book, and then you end up getting a publisher, right?
Yes, sir.
With this one, and you could briefly tell us about that. That's leaving the church and finding God. Briefly tell us about that before we get into some of this consciousness stuff that these people really, really, really want.
Man, this is a very prolific, easy read. It gets straight to the point. The first half of the book goes into my childhood, my metaphor. Then the second half really goes into what is reality, what is consciousness, what is this all about? So it takes you through a journey of my deconstruction, what my life was when I was saved, and what my life is now that I know that I'm all that is, the fractal of all that is. And that pretty much get into some very practical things where it relates to science, quantum physics, physics itself, and just some basic philosophy and some ancient wisdom and information that's been here always. It's just said a different way. As you well know, consciousness is all that there is to even talk about it. We have to talk about it in metaphors and parables because it's not a substance. It's so that's what I attempt to do, is give my best metaphor, my best pointer to what all that is. But it's a very good read. It's out now nationwide. You can go to MrDonJackson.com, theprodigalmovement.com, Amazon, Barnes Book and Noble, wherever you get your books. It's available, man.
There you guys have it. You have it where you can get his full story on with the book. But moving forward, Don was in Tulsa. You have a connection. Tell us a little bit. I've seen you at Bishop Services a couple of years ago when we were there. And that's where we kind of got connected with the book and everything else. And you told me some of your story of being here in Tulsa, father being a pastor.
My father pastored for over 25 plus years, been apostle since then and still is. He traveled the world, like I say, he pastored, and then he had a organization where he would go to Africa probably for the last 20 plus years and minister over there and build churches and plant seeds and so forth. So that man, I respect him so much. He's definitely put in the work. Someone that had an 8th grade education, and then to see him be able to travel the world and accomplish all that he did, and to raise 6 beautiful kids, beautiful wife, to have a ministry for all those years, and just live a very, very fruitful life.
I would like to give this space and this time also, me being with Wayman Tisdale for a couple of years, on on his staff, if you will, as a consultant and assistant. That's how I met Bishop. And also in meeting, I met a lot of people, worked with a lot of people, but also I met your brother. He and Wayman were really good friends. Your brother was an amazing saxophonist.
Yeah.
You know, and I know they're both, and I have a whole new respect of death. Bishop really, really began to shake my core as I know he's in this space of death, and I see him in that space, but he's speaking to me outside of that space like it's no big deal. Mm-hmm. And it totally began to shift my awareness, my consciousness, and allow me to understand the body more and understand the consciousness as we would. And to me, I think spirit is something that we have that's within us, but the consciousness is right. It just is, like, and we're still trying to work to describe it, what it is. But one thing is, like, I've been having this download, brother, that it's and it's like, it makes me think of Wi-Fi and the way Wi-Fi works and the spectrums. Most people don't understand the way Wi-Fi, they know they turn it on, right? And you tap into the phone services, and then you produce this signal. Your cell phone, you produce a signal with your cell phone that has receivers and transmitters. Would you say, and how do you relate to us being the receiver and transmitter to the higher self? Am I speaking your language?
Yes, sir.
And as we filter, right? The deconstructing, right? The deconstructing is actually trying to go through the filters and remove and turn toggles in the mind, in the brain, trauma in the mind, in the body. And we're trying to figure out, as the saying goes with Carl Jung, until we make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and cause it fate. That shadow work. I was talking to my wife earlier today, Don, and the common saying is, I don't care what people think. When does it get to the point where you say, I don't care what people think? I don't care what people think. But the thing is, you stink. Like your arms may stink. And you don't care what people think. When do you have that consciousness to be like, wait, they're talking about me, but I can't feel and understand that there is something wrong that I need to pay attention into my life. And so if I make some switches or changes, maybe I can get those cobwebs out and be like, oh, it's me, right? It's me, the one that actually. So where is it that we have to pay attention to what the world may have and be saying about us, right? Yet, though, we want to have our own connection to who we are in case what they're saying about us is false. And so that's what it makes me think also about when you're in the church. Like you're so deep and you're so wrapped up and you're so deep into that. And you've believed it for so long that cognitive bias that all of a sudden you can't see the trees from the forest, right? And so in order to get to a point where you can understand or you can connect to the things that you want to shift in your life, you might need to recognize and have people and have a community that can help you through some of the processes and some of the things. How did you get to the point where you made a shift, and then after making that shift, you begin to make more shifts and more shifts and more shifts, and then some of the shadow work where you had to see your shit, where you like, did you have any awakenings or epiphanies? Like, tell me a little bit about like
yeah, my to give you a little background to set the stage. My deconstruction has been over time. I was always one as a child. I hear what you say, and I see what you do. I may not say nothing, but I'm watching. And of course, if you grew up like I did, you had to obey leadership. So there was always a red line that you can cross. So, but that don't keep you from thinking, and that don't keep you from still observing and so forth. So I was always one of those ones that, okay, after a season, if something don't work, then we got to test it or whatever. Not we all gonna be in constant distance. If something is not working that you're writing prescription for, then it should be tested and move on. So for me, it was just a gradual process. I never threw the baby down the drain with the bathwater, because going to church, I mean, that's all I knew. So I may not agree on everything that was coming from the pulpit, but at the same time, I still had family there. I had community, the camaraderie, things that you just need to socialize. So it was a gradual process. But what really hit it on the nail is when I had that heart attack, had that NED experience, and I seen them working on me and so forth and so on, which led me to say, well, hey, let me do some more scholarship and see what this is all about, so forth and so on. By that time, I have already deconstructed, but that was just more of you couldn't put the genie back in the bottle after that moment. It was just like, okay, I was never born. I'm spirit, so therefore I never die. So this is what this must be. And then from that point, once you start going down, unquote, that rabbit hole, and you really start studying, start really doing some introspection, then those synchronicities will start coming. Then it's be like you'll have this aha moment, and then you'll have this aha moment, and things will just start to line up. But then in that same token, you got to remember your subconscious only knew what it been taught. So now it's coming up to, like you just mentioned, that dark night of the soul. So literally, I had to unlearn and relearn everything. I had to unlearn that I am not Don. I had to learn that this avatar is not me. I had to learn that this avatar is not going to no burning hell if he don't go to church tomorrow. I had to learn that this avatar, no, they're not ready. No, we won't go to talk about heaven yet. It's not. So I had to relearn all of that and learn that what is. And what is nothing but one thing happening. My arc and razor is very simple. My premises start with it's only one thing happening. And everything comes out of that. Everything happens inside of that because there is nowhere else to go. There is only source. Everything else is a doing, a vibration of source. And that's all that is happening. Now, we all look at it from our own point of view. We're a fractal. So all of us have our own little fractal point of view of source. But in our own little fractal view, you hear what I say? It is fractal. So that means everything is in that. Everything. And that everything is connected to source. And then when you know it's only one thing happening, oh my God. Then you can be at peace. Then you can be at rest. Then you start to see things differently. You see things differently because you know you are spirit. And you know that everything is inside of you. This flesh, Don, you, everyone that's on here is in consciousness. We are in consciousness. Time is in consciousness. Source is outside of consciousness. So you can rest. You can rest. You can reprogram your life. You can take a deep breath and don't have to live under any more religious dogma. And you can path your own course because only you can live out your own soul journey of what you're here to do, here to create, here to really just create, love, and share that. And then once you understand that, it's peace. It's peace. It's that real joy and peace. And you just live life, my brother.
We got all the ingredients are in the pot and we're starting to stir it, right?
Yes, sir.
We cooking here. So, as you went through an experience and you said you had this heart attack, that changed your perspective of life and also death.
Yes.
And you come out with some level of connection to what fear is, right? Because people fear it. And then all of a sudden, did it rewire you the way you think about what we fear?
Yes, it rewired me to understand that there is no, why fear? You don't have to fear. You don't have to fear when you know that you're the only game in town. It's kind of like a tornado. The eye of the storm, you're the eye. The eye is just witness. So it don't matter what the hell is going on in that storm, how fast it's going, I don't care, whatever. It's peace right here. You can really just watch it. There's only two things that are constant. You, the witness, the knowing, and the impermanence of change.
Let's go.
experience. Experience is always it's always now, 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 and it's always the witness. That witness is you. No form, just a knowing and just witness. Now you can impinge, you can impinge on what you're witnessing and what you're experiencing. You can impinge up on that through decoherence. You can collapse the waves and get involved in the game if you choose to, or you can just sit back and go with the flow. And then just follow your telos. I mean, there is no prescribed, because when you understand there is no time,
Go for it.
When you understand that there is no time, time is outside, then what's going on? I mean, take me to yesterday. Take me to tomorrow. Now, the only thing we can talk about yesterday is still going to be where, when, right now. It's going to come right now. It's always now. Whether you want to call it a block universe, however, you can slice it any way you want to. It's still going to be now. I mean, I can hear, if I want my mom want to hear a voice, I can hear her when, now. She just say, hi, Don. Nothing is ever lost. Everything is connected. Everything just it's just being transformed. Its energy is being transformed. But at the same time, we are all one source, but we're all having our own soul journey. We're all fractals. So Malachi, I don't know your inner world. You don't know my inner world. And that's it, but we're the same source. It's kind of like God playing chess on different timelines by himself. It's the same source using the same strategy. And that's what's happening, man. And that's beautiful. That's the good news. The good news is, Lord, save me and take me in, and I'm going to heaven to do the what? Walk around heaven all day to do what? Where you going? Where is heaven? Heaven is a state. Heaven is now. I'm there now. We're at heavens. Come on, we're at heaven. Y'all want to go to heaven? We're at heaven right now. It's the highest state you can get right now. All just to know that all that is you, and you are a fractal of that. It's kind of Malachi. It's kind of like the ocean. One of my favorite metaphors: you have nothing but the ocean, and those ocean has waves, and those waves has bubbles. And them bubbles are detached from the waves. Now they just out there. Me, you, we think we're connected. We're not even connected from stuff. We're just separate things just out here doing it. But when that body quit metabolize, that bubble pop falls back into those waves. Those waves fall back into the ocean. And it's only one thing happening: water. Same source, different substance.
I think where we get lost, the little saying where the old fish is in the ocean swimming, and he swims by the young fish, and he says, "How's the water, boys?" The young fish look at each other, and he's like, "Water? What is he talking about? What is he talking about?" And I think where a lot of us get stuck is the fact that we see this world, and we see this world as we've been told, which is reality. And we're told that reality is one layer. We believe that reality is one layer. And the reason why you want to deconstruct and then work on that journey, because it's a process, is because of the fact that once you realize that what we believe may not be necessarily all true. I was just about to watch a story, and I watch Diary of a CEO. And he has this Andrew, who was a former CIA, And Andrew's supposedly, and I'm pretty sure he is revealing some, but he's revealing things about the CIA. And what the CIA, most people don't understand is the CIA is a counterintelligence. It's an organization that's picking up information internationally to protect the country. I say protect in quotes because of the fact that we also have assets and things that we're interested in and resources we're interested in. And yes, we can have attacks and things that like that can come to us, but they're counterintelligence. So they go out looking for other people that are willing to commit espionage, basically get secrets and report those secrets back home. So we have information. Basically, it's an intelligence. It's nothing but an information group looking to use science, technology, consciousness, psychology to manipulate and to actually get into another layer of our reality. You got just on this spectrum, you got the layer of reality that you get up, you go to work, right? You go home and you repeat. Great. You're looking for pleasure. Everything is all in the body, if you will. And you live like that. We can live like that and die in this earth until we go into that space of consciousness and realize, oh, that was bullshit. Like, and then we create a lot of chaos just to order the chaos. The more we experience today with the administration of Donald Trump, if you will, the more that's almost revealed throughout the time in history, almost since the inception of the United States, that we've been living in a functioning, chaotic system that has been forever built. Literally, the foundation of how this was built was on free labor.
Yep. Right.
Now, from free labor, moving to a labor of minimals, right? I have the most, you have less. I keep you in this space.
Correct.
Classism, right? The things that I really want to convey to everyone tonight is the things that Don is talking about seems metaphorical in a sense, but you could take exactly what you said and relate it to our world and the realities that we're confused with. I've been having these epiphanies, Don, that are just rocking my world. And one of them is the fact that we can have a conversation, and I've been using my AI, and I'm like, so technically, when can we say this character Yeshua, which we have a lot of investment in our country, this guy Jesus, and it was like 4 6 BC, right? Somewhere like 4 to 6. They're saying it's technically it would be 2,000 years ago. If you think about the life in this reality today, 2025, you think about how much money has been invested in the belief systems within Christianity and Jesus. How much money's involved, how much like literally it's the backbone of capitalism. Right. But we talk about Jesus with these perspectives and these theologians, and we have to do all this work to try to discover what happened, if he said it, if he didn't say it. The one who wins is the one that has the most money and the most followers. If I got a lot of money, I got a lot of followers, all of a sudden I can claim that Bishop Carlton Pearson's a heretic, and there's nothing he can actually necessarily do against it. Because it's my money, my history of what I got to say on your mind and what you believe. And all these people are running in fear. 2,000-year-old story. But for some reason, what's really odd just about 150 years ago, let's say, or round off 200 years ago, we had this thing called slavery. And for 350 years, we built our country on this system of taking a people, bringing them in, using them to work. Our country was built on that. The first millionaires were cotton entrepreneurs. I'm going in on this talking about reality because this has come up recently in the administration. But what's really interesting is we could talk more about a 2,000-year-old story than about something that happened 200 years ago. And we're questioning what happened 200 and 100 years ago.
That part.
We're questioning what happened 200 years ago. But by golly, we can tell you for a fact that there was this being, and he was in this place called heaven, which we don't understand, and he created other beings, and then he casted one being out because that being was better than this being, and he thought he was better than God, and his name was Lucifer, so he kicked the devil out to a planet called Earth, I guess, where he can dwell, and now everybody is demanding to worship the devil because of Adam. I mean, all this mythology, right, is all completely mythology. And the way it's written, it's very metaphoric. It's very, right, you can read however you want to read it, but people are taking this as logic.
Literally.
And they're taking it literal. So the thing is what we're really, really talking about is you are divine, the divine intelligence. God is not only within you, but you are within it also, right? But these filters of all this information I just talked about is blinding. It's shadowing, and we believe it 100%. And you know what? They will bill you and give you fees and everything else to make you believe that it's real. And you believe it's real because it's like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I have to pay this bill. I got to pay this bill. I got to get this. I got to get this money. And that's the whole game, is to get you in a frantic state, to live in a frantic state so you can go out and not understand.
Yeah, they're masters at it, man. They're master conquerors.
Ooh, what a word.
They are master conquerors, and they know how to do it. They know how to play the game. They knew how to play the game then, and they know how to play the game now, and they're playing the game.
And they're playing the game.
And what we're gonna have to do, we got to put away the fans, and we got to get off our knees and wherever else that we're doing right now, because your democracy is slipping away. It is already gone.
It's already gone.
The bubble. The alarm's been sound a long time. Bishop sounded, and a whole lot of other people didn't sound it. But yeah, this is where we are now. And that's that bullshit system that got us out of slavery, and we built the praise houses and so forth, and then got our schools. That ain't gonna work no more. It's not gonna work in this dispensation.
It's not gonna work no more.
So pastors, leaders, whomever you claim to subscribe to or whatever, you better wake up. You guys are only one executive order away from removing your 501c3 status. That's coming. He's coming after you. He's finna make y'all bow to the knee. He has to. That's the only way he can bring you guys under subjection, because you already have your folks under subjection, and that's how they're going to do it. But then what you going to do then? We might have to go pick up Prodigal then and kind of find out what reality is, because the only two things going to change this. Either you go change it and go within and change your perception of what's coming at you personally, or collectively you better pick up your guns and you're going to have to fight it out this time. One or the two, because the only thing we're in this predicament because we think we're a separate self. We don't know that we are the same source. We keep trying to take the territory out of the map. The map is the map. and we're all in the map. We're all we're all the same source. We're not this avatar. We are spirit. We're source. So we have to understand that we can be individuals because we are, but you have to know that we are our source. And so that's where it goes back. If I harm you, Malachi, I don't do but harm myself. If I bless you, I bless myself. Why? Because we're the same thing. The very voice that's hearing me right now is the very voice that you hear. We're the same. There is nothing else happening. Nothing. There is no hell that you finna go burn up in. There is none of that. Y'all just need to break free. You need to go do some different scholarship. You need to go through the dark night of the soul, which you don't have a choice. If you start deconstruction, it's gonna come.
Yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into that. You know, some of my experiences, I like to tell experiences, and some of my experiences is as you begin to shift and you begin to shift and you begin to look at your own reality. Literally, you can start feeling things in your body.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And it can be real, but yet though you feeling those things in your body.
Yep.
Right. And then you can start seeing things around you start shifting. In other words, like I say, you still got to eat.
Yeah.
You still got bills. You still got all these different things that's happening to you. And so your main focus is on surviving versus being able to take some of that time to understand that you want to be in some level of peace, be in the now, be in this presence. Because as you are in this presence of this now, things can begin to shift. And that's where Don was talking about what synchronicities, right? You can have a synchronicity where it was like, in other words, you start a shift in you. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Boom, you see this come, but then you're not believing it, right? You still going to take care of business, but you still looking, you know, I've left. I'm not doing that anymore, right? This can be, I just had something. This could be you with your relationship with understanding who God is, or this could be with your relationship with another human being where you need to set a boundary. You begin to set boundaries and not allowing people to wreck your life or tell you what you need to do because it's just their fear.
That's it.
Right? That you will make them think about their own life. So what they'll do is tell you, no, I wouldn't do that. No, you are out of alignment. I wouldn't do that. You have to have some of these words, Don, get me when people talk about having discernment, people telling people to research, because I'm not saying that you can't have some level of discernment, but people can have discernment that's completely off.
You're going to have discernment on the lens that you're looking through.
Yes, your discernment is on the lens you're looking through.
And if you stay sanctified through the Holy Ghost, all your discernment is going to be in that. It's all going to be in that same line. Someone that discernment that ain't never been to church, but just shooting some real practicality or some real wisdom, their discernment going to be in that. They're going to shoot that. So discernment what? What are you discerning? We're the same source.
Right.
Same source. What meaning are you trying to make?
Yeah. It's like research. Do your research. And my thing is like people have been researching the Bible. We got 45,000 different denominations and so many different versions of the Bible. Your own research, not saying that you shouldn't, you can just be researching the wrong thing and thinking that you're getting somewhere.
In 2025, if you still think the Bible is your best source of resource, then you have blinders on.
Well, you got a lot of work to do.
Blinders on, and you really need to move around because information is a plethora of information now that to really know that you don't need no Bible. Once you go in and know how through introspection and know that you're all, then you're led and you go with the flow. You're led by your telos or Holy Spirit or intuition or what linguistically language you want to put it in based on your origin story or where you were born or so forth and so on. But it's flow is flow. God consciousness is consciousness. It's doing what it's doing anyway, whether we want to do it or not. So you might as well just go with the flow and be at rest and play with it and realize this is forever, man. But it's just not what you were taught. It's forever. It's just not how you were taught.
Not what you were taught.
No, you're not going to no place up there. There is no up there to go to. There is no down there to go through. This is it. This is it. This human lens that we have on right now, this is this dispensation. Now, this ain't all that there is, but this is the dispensation that you're seeing through right now. But when this body get through metabolizing all those experiences that you experienced where you was just the center, you see that back into the whole. The body goes back to the dirt. Spirit goes back and interrupt another wave, and then you continue. What that is, I'm wise enough to say I don't know.
Right. What would you say about like the in consciousness, like the things that we don't know? When we have the experiences, spirits, if you will, that were, because there's moments that I've had with I've had with my connection with Bishop that I choose to relate that experience because it comes at a time and I see it at a time that I'm like, I'm going to receive that and accept that as something that may be from Bishop. Reason why I do it is because of the fact that I say sometime I think a person can really get into it. And some people can have gifts, like literally mediumship and gifts, and be able to remote view and be like, whoa, how in the world do these people know that?
Same source.
Right.
How you can, it's all connected. We're all connected.
Well, and some people have these either gifts or it's worked out in where they have the ability to connect to these other, let's just say frequencies. It may not be a frequency, but they could connect to that energy. I just had a kind of a moment where I'm like, man, it's like if everyone can be in this space and you can feel your cells and it's like your cells, who you are. I think it's like there's a figure, like in order for you to be alive today, how many people did it take to bring you to today? Even if you can just go back to 1,000 years. So if you just go back 1,000 years, how many people does it take to get to you? Right.
You're not go. There's no beginning, man. You'll never find no beginning.
There's no beginning.
Because this finite mind has a limit.
Right.
So the limit cuts off once you say just dive back into source.
Well, all of a sudden, then it doesn't really necessarily matter because now you're fully connected, but your nose, it's like your nose and your face and your structures come from this lineage, right? Of humans recreating. So the thing is if you could go back 500 years to try to feel what it would be like in 500 years, it would be almost impossible for them to see what we're experiencing and how we're living. It's impossible. Like humans were able to do that. It is the same thing for us, that it is impossible for us to even fathom the fact that human beings, like our consciousness, our wisdom, and our intelligence, not saying that they had less or more, we have language that has evolved So we're able to communicate. We're able to take it and make and do things. We're seeing it in AI. The fact that it's like, what is this? How does this work? What is this? This is it's not this. It's a different consciousness, if it will. It's its own
It's the new
entity.
anointing.
Come on, it's like a whole new facet of the human experience. Where I'm going is, we will have the ability, and we have the ability to now go to a, like you say, new anointing. It makes me think about the Pentecostal movement and how we are able to shift and feel something different, and how they're combining. They go from African spirituality, hoodoo and all these things as it progressed, and they just basically added their Christian take on their same things that we had done. And it was doing some things for those people in that era. I mean, look at us today, right? In terms of the things that they were able to accomplish. And so my thing is, we have a place and a space, right? As all the world is chaos, we have left a lot of the mindset. We've left a lot of that energy, and we're able to be free because of the cognitive dissonance a person will have and be like, Jesus didn't come back and we're going through this. And it's like they're doubling down right now on Jesus coming back. Might of fact, I just seen that Peter Thiel is Palantir. Peter Thiel is PayPal. Peter Thiel was PayPal. He was in PayPal with Elon Musk. Peter Thiel is the guy that is behind the Dark Enlightenment. He's inside that space. He's the one that got JD Vance. He's the one that is actually literally behind the country with the investment of AI within our government, right? This guy, it is not by accident, but this guy is going to have a 4-hour class on the Antichrist. I promise you, this man is going to use the story, a Christian story, using AI to blame the Antichrist so that they can actually have this accelerationism. So they can have this ability to take over a lot of our country, or take over the systems, right? And he's using scripture. You could look it up, Peter Thiel, and he's using people's weakness of understanding, right, this mythology, so that he can actually implement. This is the same guy that's got bunkers. A lot of them have bunkers now. There's quite a few bunkers for sale in Kansas, right? So they buy in these bunkers because ultimately they want chaos. They want confusion. They want chaos. They want disruption to accelerate it so that it's weird how power works with people. Really weird. And so as we talk about all this stuff, whenever it comes to consciousness and us being in ourselves and us finding within, I think it could be more freeing as we do these things, so that we can shape our reality, right? And have resources, if you will. I share stuff in Patreon all the time, resources, what to do, resources, what's going on. They're all around us, right? Mark my word, I called it. I was looking at big digital money, digital currency that is essentially made up, just like the dollar is totally 100% made up. They could print all the money they want to, and they got ways where they limit where that money goes. That's how they save the banks. They save, they save the housing. They save the car industry, right? They just boop, there you go, boop, money. Airlines, boop, we just give you money. But Peter Thiel purchase. It's called Ethereum. Bitcoin is a currency. He purchased Ethereum, and he purchased enough of that fake, basically made up digital currency. And he purchased enough of it in just like literally in one day, it shot up from 1,000 something, boom, shot up to 3,000 something, right? Bitcoin. It's like these people are becoming instant, just kind of like instant millionaires, or people that have a certain amount of wealth just based on the knowledge of understanding of what's going on, right? It's almost out of thin air. So the important things about that I see within deconstructing and getting aligned and tuned in is so that you can be tuned in and open because of the not just the fear, but the opportunities, the things that we're going to be, that you'll be able to do so that you can live and live well. We look at synchronicities, but they say one negative thought takes 5 positive thoughts to counter it. One negative thought takes 5 positive thoughts to counter it. But we live deeply in the negative, really deep. What would you say in your world, as you have deconstructed, you still go that process, what would you say has happened in your life since you have left that space, since you have left that space of God is limited into here, God is this? What have you felt? What have you experienced in your life? Because a lot of people from those backgrounds, you go through the shadow work, you think that that maybe the devil coming to get you. But as you work through it and you start seeing what I would call awakenings, and then you start seeing like quote miracles, right? Heck, your heart attack itself.
Yeah, miracle.
Right? Have you seen anything else in your life, synchronicities? Have you seen anything in your life that you be like, boom, boom?
One, I mean, even just to be sitting here, even to have this book, there was a synchronicity, just how that happened. It was just like, I'm listening to this brother. Next thing I know, this brother they told the publisher, no, you'd give him a book deal. That was a synchronicity.
Yeah.
You see, so, and then really my everyday life, because, when you unquote call yourself manifesting, you're putting it out there, you do the mind heart coherence and so forth, and you forget about it and you go, and then little things happen until the big thing happened that you are actually trying to manifest. And then sometime it may not come as you wanted or how, but you had the intent and you did put it out there, and purposely had the intent to pull in what you perceive that you're supposed to be doing. So that really happens daily, man. And some of the last, say, 4 years, it's just been like, man, it's just been like, wow. In just so many ways, just not in my personal life, in business, and interacting with other folks, and what have you. I'm just free. It's just no more burden of, I gotta be mindful if I do this or do that because God is watching, or I'm gonna go to hell. That just was a pet peeve growing up. You were always hell conscious. You were always what someone else think, what other saints going to think, and so on, which I never gave a damn. But all of that. So now what it looks like on this other side is, I know that I'm source. I know I'm the fractal of source. So my whole paradigm has changed, where I don't live a life that I'm here because I'm a wretch undone and I need a savior, and now I need to go tell everybody about this savior, this bullshit Apostle Paul then cracked up, and all that, and then when it's all over, then I'm going to go get a reward. That psycho, that mindset of that, that is foreign to me now. because I know what that is. And my heart really goes out for those that are really still stuck in it, because I know what that's like. But if they can just take a deep breath and just step out, for some, it's studying different other scholarships. Some of they're so spiritual, some religions need to go within and do some real introspection, and don't get tied up on linguistics of what you call in certain things, the Holy Spirit or this or that, and just what's speaking to you, know that is that, and start following that, whatever the name that you should give it. So that's how I live my life now, man. I live by the unction. I live in flow, and knowing that all is well. It has to be well if I'm source. Now we get confused, because now it's like, okay, we're done. What happens when you die? You're gonna go and be judged and you get your reward, man. You're not gonna get no reward. That's not gonna happen, because I know what's happening now. I understand that, just like in my dream, I can have the worst dream or the bad dream. The line is about to get me, and I wake up. I don't fret that dream no more. I just get up and go about my day. That's how it is when this body get metabolized. It's that, and you keep going. You're just not in this dispensation. It's not what we've been taught and what we've been told. So people just need to be free. And this is what we aim to do, is wake people up one consciousness at a time. And that's what we do over at the Prodigal Movement. That's what we're doing over at the Prodigal Academy. We have some great courses over there that we're launching. We're getting ready to go out on the book tour. We'll be in a city across the country once a month from now until the middle part of next year. We're doing things just a little bit different of how we're styling and framing because of AI and some other situations. We'll be doing a lot of live online situations. We're planning a retreat that you'll be talking about, that you'll be on. So, man, it's just really cultivating a new community and show people what this look like now. There is no more dogma. This is heaven.
What would you say? What would you say in terms of like something that a person can use tonight in order to help them?
Start listening to yourself. Stop listening to your pastor. Stop listening to your friends, family. Listen to yourself. You're going to have to go in and do some introspection. That's where it all starts. And when you tap in and know that you are source, that's when things start to take hold, because you start to look at things differently. You start looking that you are source. So if you are source, there's no lack. So your communications start to change. That's a practical application, is your communication start to change. When it comes to it, well, I ain't got this. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know. Just change the communication. Just change it that, okay, I am all, I am source. One, am I in the right flow? What am I trying to manifest? Am I on that frequency? To change anything, first you have to match that frequency. You have to match that frequency before you can even interrupt that frequency. If you're on that frequency, you can't match it. You can't be on the rock station and you're trying to turn into the R&B station. You're on a metal station, but you're trying to turn it. You can't do it. You got to actually turn it and do it. You have to become. You have to become. Not talk about it. You have to become. That's a state. You have to become that state that you're imagining, that you're trying to manifest. You become it. You be it and do it. And then things start to line up. You are the magnet and start to come to it. You don't chase nothing. Things start to come to you. Why? Because you, whatever frequency you're on, that's what's going to be magnetized to you. And that what you're doing introspection and trying to manifest, it's going to come to you. And then if you're on that same frequency, everyone else doing the same thing. So you're coming to them. And things are just, it start to work differently. You get in different circles, and that's some practical stuff. Is your
love it.
Your communication and your frequency. We're on poles, man. you know, there's no devil, there's no God, it's the same pole, however you want to call it. I can be the nickel in the street, or I can be the witness. There's no, and what we have to realize, God is all that. All that it is, he's that. He's the bad in the dream, and he's the good in the dream. Because it's only one thing happening. Hell, God ain't got nothing else to do. Man, I don't want to go off. He don't have nothing else to do. What he gonna do? He's the only thing in town but to do this. So he just loses himself in himself to keep himself busy. It's almost kind of like a toddler ain't got shit to do.
Right.
He ain't got nothing else to do but create. And this is it. So he has to lose himself in the dream to localize himself to do this. And this all it is. We're 99.9 empty space. At the Common Corridor observation, it's empty space. This is not real. It's really not real, man. In that sense. But like you say, you have to operate in the dream, in the natural. You could know all of that, but you still have to operate on that. Now, what makes operating in all that is always operate in the now. And when you operate in the now, you know, in the now, there's no lack. Now is now. Not a moment from now, not a while ago, now. So you're always good. We're good right now. So whatever you're going through right now, you're good. Now, if you're thinking about something else, you ain't in the now. You're bringing that in your now. But if you're always thinking about now, you're always good. You're going to always be good. And when this body gets through metabolizing, you take off this particular avatar, you've still been in the now. One thing you know, that same Malachi at the age of 5, that same Malachi at 15, at 20, at 30, it's the same Malachi. The only thing that has happened was the experience, but the witness, same Malachi. Ain't good nowhere.
It answers a lot of questions for people when you start thinking, I thought I would be here when I'll get this age. I thought I'll be 49 in a couple of days. And, you know, that's that moment you're getting close to 50, right? You just turned 60. And so you get close to 50 and there's this moment where I'm so grateful and thankful that I'm doing what I'm doing, because I know for a fact that I get to be excited about the moments.
Yeah.
Right. I just had all the checkups, right? The colonoscopy, right? Prostate, right? You're doing all the checkups, right? But it brings some kind of level of respect and honor and connection to your flesh existence, but how you can also shift it.
Yeah.
Right. You can shift it. I've been doing, and I'm working on, I think my next project, I've done this particular album on the 31st. That's going to release to everything. But on the next project, it's going to be some level of a meditations for shifting. Because, you know, heart coherence meditation, walking meditations, and things that allow people, you know, what fires together, wires together, right? So a lot of people, as we talk, you and I, a lot of people need help with the process to get to where we are, right? And it's so much easier to be where we are and be like, but
man, I don't wish this on nobody. Well, I put like, I don't wish my dark night is sold on nobody. So good luck on your whatever source got you.
Here's the thing.
Whatever you got to go through.
Here's the thing. Is
my God.
They'll go through it, but
needed.
They probably won't go through
on this side is needed, but it ain't no fun, man.
I will tell you this. not everyone will experience necessarily the exact same things.
No,
That's
won't.
the
That's
reason
what I was trying to
why,
say.
though,
That's what I
you
was trying
have
to
certain levels or certain connections to the fact that a person that can get up on stage and be like, call me a heretic, I don't give a shit. Some people will be like, oh, you willing to say that? It's not that I'm willing to say it to be an adversary. It's just the fact that I have experienced something, not to believe, but to know.
That's it. To know, Malachi.
I know. So therefore, if you want to tell me whatever you want to tell me about how you feel about what's going to or what will happen to my life, I know that I can shift my life now. I'm going to see it now. I'm going to shift it now. Right? Right. And just even with the heart coherence, I've done a lot of study of not just Joe Dispenza, but I look at where Joe got that from. And the things is now I'm relating Joe's experience because I'm looking at Joe and I'm looking at what he's doing. I'm looking at his people, right? Bringing some of that to us and bringing some, we are deeply spiritual, especially people that come from the church. A lot of those people like have a connection to a church or being connected to some light church. Right. So it's easy for them to move into the space of heart coherence and being able to shift, right? Because they don't have a lot of clouds of especially hardcore religiosity, you know. And so being able to move into a space, I believe that we can have a whole new anointing, a whole new experience, and a whole new expression in terms of like not only being able to heal our own self and our own body and our own mind, but being able to connect to source and realize we're connected to source and begin to do things that is in the collective consciousness, allowing other people's to have gifts, to be healed, to be set free, not because of the fact that you've checked off the list of all the things that you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, I'm praying, I'm doing this, I'm fasting, right? I'm going to church, I'm going there. How many times have you checked off the list, all the things you're supposed to be doing, and it didn't work?
It don't work.
You know what I mean? It's like,
please do it. Inventory, it ain't working. It ain't working. Please see it ain't working. 911. If I could wake my people up now, y'all better wake up. I'm trying to tell y'all what's coming down the pipe. You gotta go get this book and just start learning some other practical things on how to tap into source.
I'll tell you this. What you're dealing with now in this community, like my previous people with Bishop, a lot of those people were more tied to the church. The people in expanded conscious now are like, there's people that are from all walks of life. They've been to church, but now some of them are seers and African spirituality. And we got all sorts of people that are literally raising their hand and saying, all right, I'm doing my deconstructing. I'm past that. Now I want the juice. Give me the path. Like, give me some additional of the path on this, what they would call sorcery, you know, as above, so below. Give me some of the techniques and the tools that have been used. And that's one thing I will say is that a lot of this stuff in Patreon, I just posted about this group called the Cathars. And the Cathars was connected to it was like you had the Catholic Church, and the Cathars was basically saying, we're not believing all the stuff that the Pope is saying and all the stuff. And they start living in communities and spirituality. Like, and this is what we're talking about. What I've come to realize, Don, time and time again, we have had extraordinary, amazing people. Even if you start studying the occult, right? People that realize some of this information and they begin to implement some of this information. And that's how you ended up with people talking about the New Age, Alice Bailey. You talk about the New Thought, right? There was the African American spiritual movement, which basically had some church people, and that's where Bishop Carlton Pearson went to CUT in Chicago, which was a kind of more of a church that had more spirituality integrated. We have had this where people have had the ability to connect to some of these things we're talking about. But the church, like the Catholic Church, they said it was like 19 popes that went with this same exact system and actually was killing these people. Like, they didn't want this information to come out. I think it was Aristotle was one. A lot of people don't understand. Like, I have this book here, and this is an Aristotle book, right? And if you open this book with Aristotle, here is a complete, like, literally, there is a complete chapter right here on metaphysics, right? Before we have physics, before you have just the physics of being able to do what we're doing right now, having this communication and talking about this, you had people that were actually wondering and asking questions. Think about it like this. Check this out, Don. I thought about this, another download that I had. And it was like, do you know in this era and time that we can actually document that we've only been flying? We've only been flying, like, actually to the point where we looked up in the sky and was like, what if we can fly? What if somehow we can actually get up into the air and go across the trees and go across the water versus in the water to discover? It was hundreds of years ago, technically thousands and thousands of years ago, that Africans figured out we can get into a boat and cross the water. We already know that there were people in America on this land before there were Native Americans. That's been clearly proven that there were people on this continent. And even when natives were here, they say that you had other Peruvian, Spaniards, different people on this continent, right? How they have rewrote history for us to make us believe, colonization, make us believe that all this stuff just happened, right? We've only been flying for 110 years. We just started flying when you start talking about leaving the church. We just started flying. We just started messing with cars at this level. And the technology fools us as we progress for so quickly that it makes us believe, it truly makes us believe that it makes us believe like we've been doing it forever, Don. Like we've been doing this forever.
The stream been going on forever, man, in consciousness. It's been going on
consciousness.
Forever, many different dispensations.
Absolutely.
Many, if whether you want to say, I mean, whatever we have thought of and said what happened back in those days, we're not talking Bible stories.
No.
But we're talking Atlantis and all these other. Those were dreams.
Yes.
Just like this is a dream. So you can't say it did happen, but none of it is what it appeared to be. It's real, but it's not what it appeared to be.
It's what it appeared to be. Here's my thing, that it's like, if people can realize where we are today and the fact that we haven't been here in this moment, like in our lifetimes, just in our lifetimes, the fact that there was no cell phones like there were in the last 50 years, there were no cell phones, and all of a sudden we have them, right? My thing is, what is out there? What is possible? Only if we believe what we know.
That we're one. If we believe, Malachi, that we're one, we can take off the blinders. We don't have to hog anything, the white man, just for comical purpose. The white man can realize that we're not going to do to them what they did to us. Now we can all put our minds together and figure this shit out together and build a new world where we understand that we're all one. It's 2025 with today's technology, with AI. No one should be working, no physical job. We all should be creating. AI is up on us. The robot technology is up on it. They should be doing all the physical labor. There is no lack. It's just those that are hoarding up the pipeline and hoarding up resources. That's, if you want to be a genius, that's what you need to be thinking about and figure that out, Mr. President. Not just for you or what I could do or so forth. No, figure out how you can save the whole world.
I think the parasitic mind, I think that there is something within humans, if you will, that the same thing we're talking about, the oneness, there's something also within us that it can cause a person to be so deep in the egoic, yeah, that all of a sudden it's like that pushes such fear that it causes you to harm other people based on that fear, right? And so when we have belief systems, the way, especially when you're looking at the largest belief system in the world and in our country, you have this enemy, and this enemy is called the devil, and then that therefore we have to fight against that enemy. And so therefore it's like I can keep you lost in this loop, lost in this space. Most of the people, I'll say, most of the people that's in expanded conscious now are open, ready, and they're looking to be equipped. They're looking to be like, what do I need to do? Right. And so my thing is, I'll tell people 100%, getting this body in the flesh, getting this body to live out its days, if you will, being able to release from the daily stressors and come back to zero or come back to that now moment is probably one of the best things you can ever do, which is being able to get rid of, like, you put it on, you're working on yourself, but you have to release every day. Every day you have to release, right, all of the stuff that you would consider burden you. You have to release what you owe. You got to release, like, you have to let that moment go. You got to let tomorrow go. You got to let yesterday go, right? And you got to be in the now and practice that. Like, you got to practice it. I'm going to be in the now. For even this moment. That's the importance that I have seen, sir, in meditation, is the fact that everything's moving and going and going and moving and going and going and going. And one of the things that, you know, in meditation, it says, I'm going to stop. I'm going to be still. I'm going to breathe. Stop, be still, breathe with intention. Just be still. That's being in the now.
That's it.
Just that alone, I believe that it begins to do stuff in the physical, but it also begins to do stuff in the consciousness, right? Understanding that you are one and I'm one with God. As above, so below, right? Go within or go without. So I'm going to go within and I'm going to connect to the heart, right? I'm going to feel the heart and connect to heart. Just that alone is information that can be difficult for some people, but just starting there through whatever you're going through, I promise you, now you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to take that time. You got to take 10 minutes. You got to take 10 minutes, moving to 15 minutes, moving to, right? The minute that you can take an hour and you say, I'm sitting down here on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be in the self, and I'm going to get to that point where I can sit for an hour and just let things come, let things flow. and just sit there and breathe through it.
Mhm.
Doing it silent can be even more powerful. You can do it guided, of course. But what happens, I promise you, things will slow down. The earth and the time begins to slow down because you're moving outside of time, right? And all of a sudden, your intuition is going to change. You're going to be able to tap into self, tap in. I had a session today, and it's something that I've been practicing. And I said, the older I get and the more work I do to go within, and the more that I feel the calling on my life to be a leader in this space with other leaders in this space, is how to move in silence and how to really, really be able to choose the words that can make the biggest impact on my life, but also the impact on other people's lives, and moving in silence. And that was a word that I felt, and that's a word that I have for people on here. Can you take a moment, take a day, and see if you can say, you know what? And some of you probably don't talk much as it is, but to take a day and to say, I'm going to move with so much deep intention. And I'm going to actually look to choose the words I say. I'm going to take a beat. Taking a beat means that I'm going to pause. Somebody asks you a question, I'm going to pause. Another thing you can do is if they ask a question, another thing you can do is you can repeat what someone says to you. But just to take a beat, take a pause, speak less. Allow those who are trying to come against you, or allow those people who are being however they being, allow them to be, and stop trying to defend yourself. Another thing that I was connected to, brother, is the fact that we give too much of ourselves to people who don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even, and I don't mean in a derogatory sense, as in they don't matter in terms of life, but literally they don't matter to your life, where you're giving them energy, you're giving them, and you're giving them too much life. And the analogy I have for you is I'm pretty educated in terms of school, and I'm doing a schooling now. And the thing is especially when you start doing the school and the stuff that I'm studying now, which is basically spiritual psychology, moving, let alone you don't even deal with scriptures. I'm not a person that was going to have a theological debate for the most part, because theology is a cousin of philosophy, and it's almost a mute point for me, depending on, it's a mute point depending on what we're trying to achieve or accomplish. And so therefore, if you have a surgeon in the room, do you think that a surgeon is going to talk to another person, and knowing that they're not a surgeon, they're not even a doctor, and that surgeon is going to sit there and have a debate with an individual that's going to try to tell the surgeon about something to do with the body? That surgeon's going to be like, oh yeah? Okay, great. He's not going to even waste his time on you, or she's not going to waste her time on you. She's just going to let you talk, be like, whatever. Like, you could just talk, because you're not actually doing what you're speaking of. You're just talking, right? Most people do nothing but talk, brother. They just talk, and they're looking to talk because they're trying to convince themselves, right? They're trying to convince themselves. And my thing is as we grow in this expansion and awareness of consciousness, The divine intelligence is what I've heard that speak the divine intelligence. You talk about AI, is like the divine intelligence is basically the all-knowing, all understanding, even outside of the information. Which, in other words, how do we comprehend that? Like, in the minute that we try to comprehend that is the minute that all of a sudden we're lost. And so one of the things is trying to be in peace, trying to be in now, and trying to operate in love, right? As people are misunderstood, being able to take it in. And you probably will have more information on what you got going on. I know that you have a, this is just what the private community that I am, not private, but this is public, but most people that are watching are really fully connected to me. But so therefore we kind of have like our own little private space where a person would have to sit here and want to watch this for 140 right, in order to get this. But you are working on a retreat, correct?
Yes, we're working on a retreat. As soon as we get all the details lined out, I can't really wait to roll it out to the public. But of course, you get inside scoop, Malachi.
Yeah.
I can't tell the public what's going on right now. But yeah, man, we're trying to do some really, I won't say out the box things, just some new things, man, to where people could come together and still have that camaraderie and still have that collective effervescence experience, just a different experience, just not a dogma experience, just not an Apostle Paul experience, but where we can come together, be authentic people, and then give out information and practical information like you just laid out of what people can do. And then coming from my perspective, your perspective, and all the other panelists' perspective, this is, we're all autonomy. We're all one, but we're all coming from a different point of view. So when we bring all those collective minds together, we can have a beautiful time and really start showing people what this looks like on this side. When a lot of people have misconception about when you say you leave the church. They think you left God or you left source or whatever. You just have to have a clear understanding of what we're talking about and what's going on. I'm still like Bishop. I mean, this stuff is in my bone. I can get back there and play piano. I still may have to get up and shout. If it come across me, I'll speak in tongues. That's just in my DNA. And that's something you don't throw away. That scent, that perfume gonna always be there because that's a part of me. Most of just a part of my DNA heritage, and growing up in the Church of God in Christ, we cultivated something that is just so beautiful in an art form that no one can match on the planet. And that's just what it is. They have an art form of praise that knows how to tap those right buttons. The preaching form, it's an art form that knows how to touch those levels and bring you in. It can be taught. It's an art form. Bishop did it very well. Many out there do it very well. They know how to do them dopamine hits. They know how to take you from how to change the channel with you.
You know who started it, right? Bishop, Bishop Mason.
Yeah. So it's just, I say all that to say we could still do a whole lot and still get that same feeling just in a different environment. And we're not preaching to nobody. We're coming together collectively and dialoguing. I ain't got to preach to them because I can't save nobody. And nobody can't save nobody because nobody needs to be saved. We just need to come together and woosah.
Yeah, and
dogma
energy.
And then stuff that you can really share. Malachi, how did you come over with this? Or what are you doing there? That's when that connection is together. When you bring in, hey man, what you doing over here? That's when you bring people together of sound mind on a different level. So now I'm gonna draw you into me, and you're gonna draw me into you. So we're on whole different plane, and that's how that works. That's how that's going to unfold. What it should look like, it's going to continue to unfold of what it should look like.
Yes.
So that's where I'm at, man.
I love it. I just had I was talking to Wayne Clapp, and he had a really interesting guy that came from Baptist, and he had him speak, and I thought he done a really neat job on how a person, if they're in the church, how they would have a expanded conscious based sermon, right? I was like, he done a really good job, especially for people that are in that space. Like, I was impressed. But what it made me think of, I was thinking earlier about having a expanded conscious symposium. I see a lot of spaces where, they'll do it at that Deepak Chopra kind of level of space where they include a lot of science, and we can do that, but also looking at the fact that there are millions and millions of people that are coming out of churches that may not relate fully to that space when it comes to what consciousness is and what they're trying to arrive to. But I was thinking, like, maybe we need to come together and have more symposiums and conferences online. You got 6 people, perspectives, what people are doing, what practices they're doing, how they're able to overcome, how they're able to manifest, if we get into that. And it's funny because when you were talking about some of the things that especially the Church of God in Christ formed, it had done in terms of how they actually, it's like Protestant, but there's this holiness, and then in Pentecostal, and then how they were able to like adapt and adopt the Hammond organ and things of that nature, and musicianship, and Bishop Mason's grandmother was hoodoo 100%, and Bishop Mason, they can deny it all they want to, but Bishop Mason has pictures with hoodoo items, which is different than voodoo, but he has pictures with hoodoo items.
It's just what he manifests of what he manifests out of that, from what our ancestors did, from what was taught to him.
Yeah.
And then he made this denomination. So I tell people, what he's done, this nothing new. I mean, this was already here. It was what he had to work with for back in the day and this is it. But what we have to understand is, y'all getting stuck in permanence is forever. So that means change is forever. So that was good then. It ain't what's happening now if you're trying to proceed and live a fruitful life. You get stuck in a time warp, and it's a system that time is up. Time is up, and if those churches still want to continue, then you got to just change the message. I mean, it's it's not my plight to tell them what the answer is.
Man, they can keep doing what they doing.
Yeah, that's not my plight, because
what we're going to do is, because you think about it.
Yeah.
You think about it. The AME is pretty much like, you have him, but it's pretty much kind of working his way out in the black church. Even Kojic, I'll look at some of those. You don't have a ton of 35-year-olds, right, looking to take it over. And there's things that have shifted when it comes to praise dancing. It's things that shifted because of the fact that it become saturated. People do it, and now it's almost a thing, versus like, we're going to get there. We might not get there every Sunday, right? But now it's like, we're going to make sure we do this every Sunday, because it's something that people want to do, right? Yeah. And it's this overall is this feeling. And to me, there's a lot of, I don't know, it's kind of like what is it? Instant gratification.
That's it.
I feel it, instant gratification, but I don't know about the true transformation of, because you get that instant gratification, but then you're going off and doing something stupid later, right? It's like, that's not going to help you. You know what I mean? Like, you got that holy, you praising him and jumping and shouting because God's healing you of your diabetes. And literally 30 minutes later, an hour later, you over here eating a big ass piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to work, right? I mean, it's not going to work. So, anyways, brother, I appreciate you, man. I look forward to you know what I mean, coming back together. You know, he'll announce whenever he has, and we'll announce it on here.
Absolutely.
When,
I'm a part of the I'm a part of the fellowship.
Yep. Thank you. He's part of private community. We be doing stuff in LA.
I'm a part of the fellowship. So I got to obey leadership. What you say, Bishop? I tied upwards.
That's funny. Y'all, if y'all don't know it, Don Jackson is part of the community. We do things on Saturdays and Sundays, rotating. I may try to do something late on a day because he's in LA, and we get
30s, man. And
it's late. That's early, bro. That's really early. It's funny because like right now it's what 8.
Yeah.
Right. So it's 11.
Yeah.
On the East Coast, 11:26. Me and Bishop always had to deal with the fact that you got people here and here, and then it really is rough for my people in Africa.
Yeah.
There's people in Africa, and like right now, if you're in Kenya, I automatically know. Like it's freaking 4:00 or something in the morning, right? The next day. And so it's really tough for a lot of the foreigners people that want to watch or will watch on the replay. If you are I know we got Kenya, I know there's South Africa, and there's some other African countries that watch. If you are, I appreciate you. I love you. And you are 100% still connected, even if you're not live with me, which I think is, beautiful. There was one brother that came up to me during Bishop's services, and that really just shocked me during his services. As you were there, it was weird because I was like it was weird because it was like feeling like a celebrity. I was taking pictures with people like, what the heck? Like I'm taking pictures with people and loving people, and it was like, "Oh, I love you on the show," and it was just I was kind of taken back because I'm always by myself. I'm by myself with Bishop and by myself, and so we don't have all these people until we have something. It's just like, okay, we'll take your picture. But anyways, yes, sir. That's Pastor Rob. Interesting conversation thing. Yes, sir. Thanks for your perspective. Yes, sir. Pastor Rob is part of the community. I think, which is beautiful. We have some pastors that are already there, right? Yeah. She said Kenya, 7-8 hours. Miss Dolores, I think that's part of her people. But anyways, I appreciate you, Don. Love you, brother. And
love you, man.
I'll let you get to it and bring Deidre on. And we look forward to your announcement. And I'll make sure I put it on here on what you're going to be doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I just appreciate you bringing me back on your platform to share with your people, my perspective. And once again, let them know that Prodigal, Leaving Church and Finding God is available now at your bookstores, online. Go get your copy. Go support it, as well as support this channel. Malachi don't lift up an offering, but he does have ways to give.
Yeah.
And you have to support. And if you read my book, you'll understand that I don't even believe in tithe. Tithing. I mean, God don't need your money, but systems do. We have to pay bills and so forth. So you just give. You don't have to give your 10%. You don't have to give whatever. You give what you can and led to give. But yeah, God don't need your tithes. But yeah, for these type of programs to go on,
no,
you still have to pay the bills.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I would
or if you put something up, however.
Yeah, we got the there you go. Thank
There
you.
we go.
Um,
Support the channel. There we go. Cash App Malachi Gross. That's right. Everybody give something. Give something. We have to keep energy going. I'm here. Hopefully you've been blessed. If you don't give Malachi nothing but $5 tonight, give something. Keep that energy going. If I blessed you, if something Malachi have said that has blessed you, sow some seed. Sow some seed. We're not being religious. We're not being none of that. But it does take money to make shit happen. So give them some money right now. Money. It takes money to make this go around. And yeah, man, I just appreciate you having me back. I'm just happy.
Man, it's awesome. There is, Lynn. I appreciate Lynn. Lynn has upgraded her in Patreon. We got Brother Curtis Lyons. I appreciate you. So many of you that are Pastor Rob, we appreciate you. There's so many people that are coming into the Patreon, and I think it's awesome. Oh, Miss Oshara. She hit me up and she was like, you know what? I want to move to the next level. And what I'm going to do, I was looking at the numbers and looking at my time, and anybody that is at the $100 level, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a serious, like literally coaching session. Some of those sessions, literally, if I booked out 12 or whatever, sessions, it's $3,000 for what we're working on. But I'm willing for the Patreon group, if you be at the $100 level and you're going to be there for a year, every quarter, I want to give a session, like a serious session that is designed to do some level of transformation. So in other words, we're not just like doing this kumbaya. You're coming and we're going to book it. I thought about Miss Oshara with this, and if you're at that $100 level, I'm going to say, I want to basically be able to give you some tremendous value to the point where you're like, it's more than worth it, because I'm able to receive this information, take this information, and I'm able to do something with this information. That's the whole purpose. My background and my experience technically is business consulting. I have Malachi Group, which I have ran for actually going on 18 years. And I worked those years. What I was doing, I was working with businesses from 1 million to 30 million a year, oil and gas to retail to medical offices, you name it. And that's what I worked with. And now I'm just doing everything I can to make expanded consciousness work, and literally that be everything that I do. I don't know if you know it, Don Jackson, but Why Trump Part 2 just came out on Amazon. We talked whenever we were dealing with Why Trump. Mm-hmm. Part 1, Why Trump Part 2 just dropped on Amazon. If you watch Why Trump Part 2, it has a lot to do with Tulsa. But make sure you review. Make sure you go on there. If you have Amazon Prime, go on Amazon Prime and do a review of that particular film. It really helps. I'm an executive producer of that. And I look to do more. The more that I can grow this, man, the more that we can do that to bring into the world. I have Bishop Carlton Pearson is literally a big chunk of that film, Why Trump Part 2. That is pretty much Bishop Carlton Pearson's last interview that would be seen up until now. But I do also have about 3.5 hours of footage of him that we recorded the January 2023 of him telling the story. And the goal is possibly to use that footage to do some more work, right? Because he really laid it out and he really told everything, which was really beautiful. And so, yeah. And the last thing, we're still going to do Sunday. We're still going to do Spiritual Warrior. I will come in there. I have to see what my family has planned. I don't think they have much, but I will come in there this Sunday. It's my birthday. I'll be 49, which is cool. I like it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. And then we can plan for everybody to get together when I'm 50. That would be so beautiful to be able to get people together that I love to see and get to meet. That would make my day. But anyways, so I will pop in on Sunday morning. Deidre will be there. Deidre's always there. I appreciate that. And for everything that she does. Deidre.
Hi. Thank you, Don. Exceptional as always. Phenomenal as always. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Coach, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
I get to keep jabbing at you because I'm still just a couple months younger. Not that much.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
It's really cool. I've never really had an audience of people that actually, I don't play birthdays up. I don't play them down, but it's cool. Like it's cool to be here. It's cool to be a part of this, and this is everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm big on birthdays because I didn't get to celebrate them as much either when I was younger. But I am big on birthdays, so I like to just hype them up even days ahead. See how they're flooding in with the birthday love. We appreciate you, Coach. So I will, yes, Coach will be joining us on Sunday inside the community for a brief period. Then he can go enjoy his birthday. So make sure you come in 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. Make sure you're there on time so you can give Coach a little more birthday love. And then I'll be teaching on Spiritual Warrior. It's a phenomenal book. And Don, I just want to say, like, there's so many nuggets from tonight, but I really appreciate you explaining that a lot of the conflict and the reason why we are in the places that we're in is simply because we don't recognize we're all connected from source. That is one of the most vital lessons you can ever learn. And once you learn it, it will change the game. So I just wanted to let you know that resounded with me and it hasn't left me. So thank you for that.
Yes.
And Mother Gwen, we're sending you love. She's sending love out to everybody, but we're sending love to her. There's some situations going on and we're just sending her love and light.
Oh man, I'll tell you right now, we already know we will deal with challenges and have challenges, but hopefully the challenges you do have can really make you stronger. Because you can't run or get away from challenges in life. They're going to be there. And a lot of times I think it's so much better to be in a different headspace as you're going through challenges, and also having other people who have your back, other people who are lifting you up in that while you're going through that. But I believe 100% there's certain people, especially in this community, like Mother Gwen. I don't know, Don, if you ever get a chance. 2 weeks ago, we had Mother Gwen come on. And oh my gosh, I was like, we'll definitely have her back because she warmed us up like a Turk mother would. She warmed it up and she laid it out. And I was like, I want to have her every week. But I was like, no, I don't want to do that because then, you know what I mean? I might be giving too much. If she keep on coming on there, I'm going to have to either raise a fee or I'm going to have to do something because, boy, she lit it on fire. But anyways, we love y'all. I thank you for being a part, sticking with me and sticking with us and sticking with this. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. And the thing is Don, it'll probably go from 9:30 to 9:30 to 11:30 ish, maybe 9:30 to 10:30, 11:30. Yeah. So if you wanted to happen to stop by at 9, you're 9, You know, he in LA.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can still stop by.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stop by.
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
do it.
stop by.
All right. Love y'all. We'll see y'all soon. All right. Definitely next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.